King 5 political analyst and former Washington State Attorney General Rob McKenna joining me now. Rob, good to see you as always.
Thank you.
So, Rob, let's jump right in. What do you think about the Supreme Court's decision? What do you think it means for the future of the presidency? And some people have called it an extraordinary expansion of executive power.
I don't think it's an extraordinary expansion. I think what makes it a little bit startling is that we've never had a ruling before on whether former presidents can be criminally prosecuted for their official acts as president. Now, to be clear, everyone agrees on both sides of this case that unofficial acts like private conduct by a president can expose them to criminal prosecution after they leave office. Everyone also agrees that while a president is sitting in office, there can be no criminal prosecution for official or unofficial acts, and everyone's comfortable with that. So the question is, what about after someone leaves office? Can they then be prosecuted? The answer is yes for private conduct, unofficial acts, no for official acts. So then that gets us to the obvious question, what is an official act and what isn't? The Supreme Court majority gave us some guidance on that, but also made it clear that these are fact-dependent inquiries, and a lot will depend here on what the trial court and possibly the Court of Appeals decides when the case gets sent back down.
Yeah, thanks for making that distinction, because also in one of President Biden's recent remarks, he spoke out against this decision. He said that this actually allows future presidents to ignore the law. Is that true?
No, it's not true. In fact, again, if a future president ignores the law in their private conduct, they'll be exposed to prosecution when they leave office. That's clear. But it's always been understood that the president has to be protected from harassment or even persecution for doing the job of being president. Otherwise, they'll be more concerned about making decisions in terms of how it'll affect them personally instead of in the interest of the country. And I would point out this case, this decision, the standard that's been created will protect President Biden. I know that his supporters are quite worried about what Mr. Trump might do if he gets back into office. He's talking about retribution and the like. He hinted that President Biden could be exposed to criminal prosecution if he's out of office and Trump is in. This ruling protects President Biden, not to mention other future former presidents.
Speaking of future presidents, let's talk about November and what this decision has done for the future outlook of what's going to happen for our elections. Do you think this has energized Democrats despite Biden's shaky performance during the debates?
Oh, probably. It's a very close race, so I think it's going to come down to turnout, whose voters decide to vote at the margin and really turn out. So it may motivate them, but we've got months to go, and it seems like every week, certainly every month, some major new event occurs that you could argue cuts one way or the other in terms of voter enthusiasm. Yeah,
still plenty of time to go until November. Just quickly, Rob, do you think that the media has blown the performance out of proportion for the Biden campaign? That's what they're suggesting, that, it wasn't as bad as some people have made it out. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, it was as bad as everyone made it out. Let's not kid ourselves. But the question is, how much of an impact will it have 2 months from now, 3 or 4 months from now, by the time we get to the election? Will voters' memories fade? I think the Trump campaign is counting on people's memories fading of his criminal convictions in New York. I am sure the Biden campaign is hoping that memories will be short when it comes to that debate performance. Now, that would change if the other scheduled debate actually takes place in September. There are a lot of reasons to think it won't. Number one, Biden won't want to go back on the stage and risk another poor performance. Number two, Trump isn't going to do any better than that. I mean, that's as good as it gets, and they're going to slice and dice that debate video and run it on TV all over the country. So I don't think Trump wants another debate either.
All right, we'll have to wait and see on that one. Rob McKenna, thanks for joining us as always. Appreciate it.
Pleasure. Thank you.